Hello Star Wars action figure fans and collectors, JCC2224 back again with another Star Wars action figure review. And today we'll be taking a look at the Star Wars Return/Revenge of the Jedi for the Vintage Collection, Rebel Commando. Now I wanted to wait to review this figure until I got the Revenge variation, which I'm really glad I have two of this variation because it's easier to find in one of that variation. So, to start, taking a look at the packaging, lifting up the camera, you can see the Kenner logo, a nice little image of the Endor Commando right there. Even though it's named the Rebel Commando, Revenge of the Jedi, because this is the Revenge card, the normal card, and that is the very long and interesting Revenge of the Jedi description. If you want to pause and read that, you may. And there is the original card, and I do have that figure. I might have a comparison in the video, and the rest of the wave, which I'm going to go through and kind of go through each individual vintage collection figure throughout the entire summer. So I'll see if I can review them all. All of them I have, because I'm pretty close to completing it. So to start, this Endor Commando, the easier to find variation, has a head sculpt and a neck paint application that is of, it's a brighter skin tone, or Caucasian. Removing the helmet, you can see how it is bald, and if it would not be bald, and if the goatee would not be so thick, it would look like my friend Mr. Ninja Mittens. I mean, seriously, think about it. Think about it. Really nice helmet. I really like how the strap is down there. A nice backpack as well. It's the same mold for the regular Hoth backpack. I really like the trench coat, which is a thicker kind of soft goods and has various little pouches and such. Has the standard issue Rebel rifle and has the strap on it. Now, if you excuse me, I want to get a few figures to compare, including the vintage Endor Commando and the Major Pano. So, excuse me for a second while I get those. Sorry if that took a little bit. Usually I have the figures on hand to compare, but this time I did not, so please excuse that. It's actually interesting that they gave the Vintage Collection Endor Commando a goatee, because looking at the Vintage one, he didn't have it. The Vintage one is far taller, as you can see. It actually doesn't really have the trench coat, it has kind of a different design. And really, both figures are good, but get this one, of course, because it's the modern and better one. For vintage collectors, this is a really good figure. And taking a look at Major Pano, which is one that I finally was able to obtain. If he will stand. They have the same legs. They've used Major Pano's legs for him. Major Pano's a good figure, but I would recommend the new prune face coming out this year if you were going to get only one. So that is this version of the Endor Commando. Articulation is a ball-jointed neck, ball-hinged shoulders and elbows, swivel wrists, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball-hinged knees, and ball-hinged ankles. Standard articulation. Now looking at the other variation, which is the darker skin-toned variation. I think the head is just a head that is, that was before used on the Rebel Vanguard figure and also the a previous Endor Commando. Removing his helmet, you can see how he actually has hair. But the standard issue variation might actually have a bigger head. Yeah, it looks like he kind of has a little bigger cranium than the variation there. But the variation, I actually really like this one. I do think, however, that it is really nice. I really like the choice of variation for this figure. I just think that they kind of maybe made a few more changes other than the head and the neck paint. Like maybe give it a different deco for the cloak, for the trench coat, or do something a little more with it. But really, it doesn't really matter because they look different enough, and that I really like. So that's really this review, a short review, but still a really good figure. Certainly one you should try to get both variations of. This variation is more streamlined, and you might actually still see him in stores. While he's in the Revenge wave, which is a harder to find wave. So that's really that's really it with this review. Have a good day. May the Force be with you.